my name is Selena and I'm here to do a tag video. I was tagged by Regan at Faulty Devices, and her tag is the social networking tag. So basically this tag is trying to compare books with different types of social media. So yeah, I'm not sure if I explained that well, but I'll leave her original tag video down below. So the first form of social media on the list is Twitter, and so I have to find a book that I would share with the world. And C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters. I think that this is such an interesting book. It's written from the perspective of the villain, which I don't think there are many books like that out there. I find myself rationalizing the villain's perspective, and I don't want to do that, so there's always that little tug of war when reading. And he wrote one other book like this where it's written from the villain's perspective. It is called Till We Have Faces, but this was the first one that he wrote. It's a very small, tiny book, and it got him on the cover of the New York Times. This was the bestseller when it first came out, so yeah, I would share with the world Screwtape Letters. Next is Facebook, and this is a book I enjoyed that was recommended by somebody else. So I have two from very different eras in my life. So before college, right before actually, the summer before I went for college, this book was pretty popular, or at least I just noticed that it was popular, and a coworker of mine was reading it, and I was looking at it, asking questions, and then finally she was like, why don't you go pick it up, you might like it. And I did, and I totally enjoyed it. I've read I think the next two books in the series, and then I stopped after that. But this was a book that I really enjoyed, that I was recommended. Fast forward, and a student of mine recommended Divergent to me, and I had not heard of this series until he had said it, and then all of a sudden I was made aware of it, that it was everywhere. But I was so glad that he recommended that I read this book, and I am just loving the series. Can't wait for the movie, and yay. And for Tumblr, it is a book that I love that I don't talk much about. So I have, again, two books for that, just because I don't like deciding between things. I don't know. But first one would be The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. Diane Setterfield? Yes. This book I loved when I read. I read it, I think, first year college, maybe senior year high school, I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought it was so gothic and spooky, and it's very closely linked, I feel, and toned to Jane Eyre and a little bit of Wuthering Heights, and I love Jane Eyre, so this book pulled me in because of that reason, and I just loved that it was just so spooky and creepy and eerie. Yeah. I think the reason I don't talk much about this book is because I need to reread it. It's been a while. I've only read it once, but it's just stuck with me for a long time, and I really do like it, and I recommend it to other people, but I need to reread this book so that way I can be refreshed as to what really happens in characters' names and things like that. I don't remember that. My second book is Blue Like Jazz by Donald Miller, and this is a book I love but I don't talk much about. It's a memoir, and I only have read maybe a handful of memoirs in my whole life, but this is one that when I read I loved, and it has stuck with me. So next is Myspace, which I've never had. I never had a Myspace account, but it's a book that I won't reread, and I don't even have a copy of it because I read it and then gave it away, and it is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and yeah, that was a no-go for me. I tried really hard to get into the book, and I had to force myself to finish it, and I disliked the book so much that I didn't even bother going to see the movie, which was the reason why I picked up this book in the first place. And I know so many booktubers love this series, love Cassandra Clare's writing, and I just couldn't. I don't know. Next is Instagram, and this would be a book with a gorgeous cover. I chose The School for Good and Evil by Saman Chaniani. Saman Chaniani. There we go. Yeah, I just like the way it feels, and I like the purpleness of it. Purple's my favorite color, so it's very purpley hued. I don't know, but I think it's just really gorgeous, and it feels really good too. Next is YouTube, and it is a book that I would want to be made into a movie, and for that I'm choosing Jasper Ford's The Heir of Fair. And great book. this would be so visually awesome. It takes place in a parallel 1980s type world. Things are just craziness. I'm thinking like it's like, you know, Wizarding World of Harry Potter on heroin or something. It's just that, just everything's just amped up and revved up and going in and out of the book world. I just think it would just look so awesome to visualize. And Jasper Fforde has worked in movie production or TV production, so I think he would know how to go about doing this if he really wanted to do this. The last one is Skype, and that is a book with characters that I would rather talk to, or that I would love to talk to rather than just read in a book. And for that I have chosen Persuasion by Jane Austen. I love Persuasion. I love all of Austen's novels, and I knew for this one I wanted to choose one Austen, but I wasn't sure which Austen to choose. So it basically just came down to trying to differentiate between loving the character and just wanting to spend time with that character. And I think Persuasion has more characters that I would want to spend time with and talk with. I figure Anne Ellie and I can talk about books, and Captain Wentworth and I could talk about traveling, and then Mr. and Mrs. Croft just seem like amazing, fun, loving people to have, and to, you know, they would keep the conversation going. So I would love to hold a conversation with those characters in Persuasion. So thank you, Regan, for tagging me in this video. And like I said, I'll leave her video down below. If I'm tagging, I'm going to put you somewhere around my head, and you're tagged. Have fun with this video. Bye.